Freedom Guy 55 here again. I had just seen Bad Teacher. You know, the interesting thing is I wanted to actually do a review on this because I just really actually learned who was directing this film, which is Jacob Kasdan, or Jake Kasdan. He's basically the son of a famous director called Lawrence Kasdan. Lawrence Kasdan is famous for even writing a few. He has a few writing credits, such as like he was the co-writer for Raiders of the Lost Ark and Empire Strikes Back. He also is but his directing film, or his films that were that are part of him being a director, are films that were kind of like character dramas, like Grand Canyon. And there was a Western that he did that is actually one of my favorite Westerns, or at least favorite Westerns that are done in the modern days, which is Silverado. And it's a very good Western, and I really do recommend it. Well, anyway, he has a son named Jake Kasdan who has actually followed in his footsteps as being a director and such. Anyway, he has directed films such as like Zero Effect with Bill Pullman. It's like an interesting, different mystery, and it has Bill Pullman in it and Ben Stiller. And it was an actual interesting movie, and I do recommend that if you haven't actually seen it. And of course, Orange County, which is also a good film, and Walk Hard, the Dewey Cox story, which of course is a spoof of the entire movie of Walk the Line. But the thing is, then there's Bad Teacher, okay? And it stars Cameron Diaz, who plays an actual different character than what we've seen her play before. She actually has played kind of like the innocent role. You know what I mean? She's also, she's played in raunchy comedies before. But she's always been the kind of innocent woman. Now she kind of plays a different kind of role. She's actually now not so innocent of a character. And she plays it really well. I did actually enjoy it, and I especially enjoyed the supporting cast in this movie. I thought that they really did help her character very well. The problem I had, though, was with that they didn't really explore the kids as much in the movie. They only had one in the movie that I didn't really find. I didn't find that right. Just didn't work. The thing is that we follow this particular type of teacher who has quit her job because she's going to actually get married. And we find out that she's actually a gold digger because her fiance calls off the marriage after she quits, the day that she quits. And because he basically cancels the marriage because he finds out that she doesn't love him, she only just likes him for his money and so on. So she winds up having to go back to teach at this school, and you could tell that throughout her performance she really just seems to be really quite upset. Anyway, she goes through and she kind of befriends a woman there that actually does play really well performance. I mean, the supporting cast in this movie is actually pretty decent, especially Justin Timberlake, who plays a really good doofus. Anyway, I found also that there are some very good there is very good comedy in this movie. Especially when Jason Segel comes into the movie. Most of the time, I found myself laughing most of the time when he actually came into the movie. Anyway, the thing is that she winds up believing that she needs a new pair of boobs because she's trying to impress a guy that actually has money. And the development of her character works in somewhat of a subtle way that's pretty interesting for the movie. Well, anyway, there is a big problem with this film, and I think it deals with the director, Jake Kasdan. He's not a bad director. Now, I mean, he's better than most others. But the one thing that's really interesting about his directing style is that he really stands in this kind of mediocrity type of way. I mean, there is an edge that he could cross, but he doesn't seem to cross it for what we want. I mean, when you kind of look at movies such as, like, Bad Santa, which this kind of reminded me of it because, of course, having, a profession and then adding bad to it. And Bad Santa was much funny. It was, to my perspective, much funnier and very, very much better in development of character. And it just crossed that edge, and it was able to cross that edge. The problem with this movie is that it kind of just does the same thing that his kind of other movies wind up doing, which is just staying in that kind of balanced mediocrity that just doesn't really quite jump over the edge that we really are expecting or wanting as much as it should. Anyway, but he is still a good director, and I do like him. And he is the reason why I did watch this movie. As much as anything else, I think that this movie should. I do recommend this movie, and I do think that people should see it. Because it's going to waver one way or another with you. You're going to like it or you're probably not. It depends upon you. But I did actually like this film. I will not buy it on DVD, but it is still a good movie. I do give it 3 stars, and I find that Cameron Diaz's performance was different and well done. But anyway, I guess that's it. And just see the movie and see what you think. And I guess that's it. And I thank you for your time, and have a nice day.